So, this is some free thinking about men and women and relationships and what it's all about. I'm basically stunned by my thinking recently, I suppose, about how life works. And I've been thinking a lot about the sexual imperative for men and how men find women so alluring and desire sex so strongly. And I realized that these desires are basically instructions given to us by nature so that nature can achieve its ends, which is more people in the world. I am amazed to realize that I have been controlled and manipulated by an external agency. It's strange to appreciate, to understand that my desires and urges have not been under my control properly. I haven't operated in the world as a free man. I've been subject to impulses and desires that weren't under my control. I'm thinking, I don't remember details because of injury, but I'm thinking how in my life an overriding impulse for me, a desire, my behavior, it was all motivated by wanting to hook up with attractive women, wanting to have sex, have a relationship. It was as if everything came second to that pursuit. Career and family issues and health. Every aspect of life, I would say, came second to the pursuit of women for sex and therefore family in time. I think when I was younger and I was pursuing women, I wasn't thinking about family. It was purely, I would say, about the pursuit of sex. Of course, sex leads to family, but that wasn't why I was pursuing sex. And it's strange to see nature has set the playing field, if you like, and made the desire for sex so important, so prominent in my life. It seems to me that sex is a thing, but it's not the only thing. It is just a thing, a pleasurable activity. Why would it be so overriding to me? Why would it be the main thing that I sought in life? As I said, it wasn't the pursuit of children that made me crave sex. It was the sex itself by itself. Now, sex obviously leads to children, but in my mind, that wasn't what it was about. I'm wondering how a woman views sex. I don't know if a woman would see sex the same way as a man. I haven't thought about that at all, so I will think about it. The thoughts just occurred to me now, so I am wondering now how a woman views sex, considering her position and her ability to manufacture human beings. How does a woman view sex? I'm thinking of how many women have basically forced children on a man. they obviously have an imperative of their own. Men have a sexual imperative for the pleasure of sex. Women have an imperative for the production of people, I suppose. I haven't spent any time considering how a woman views sex and how a woman views her role in reproduction. I haven't thought about that, but I certainly will, because I think it is important to try and understand a woman's viewpoint. So my thinking thus far in my life, I've done a project on the relationship between men and women and the treatment of men specifically in a project called Man Woman Myth. And I put the videos for that project on YouTube. But I do realize now that the project focused overwhelmingly on a man's point of view. And it was about the treatment of men in society, principally. So I'm not apologizing for that. I'm just recognizing that I didn't spend time looking at things from a woman's viewpoint. And maybe I will do that because I think it'll be worthwhile. I admit to being confused about what I've done with my life and what I'm doing now with my life, and what I advise my son going forward. I'm trying to understand, in a sense, I'm trying to understand what life is, and how I want to know how I can protect my son and try and help as much as possible for him to have a good life, a happy life. It is amazing to realize that men going their own way, MGTOW, could be considered to be the best option in life. I say it's amazing because it is so contrary to the normal imperative of life, the normal activities. And it is a shock to my system to consider women in the same way as I consider heroin or cocaine. Women have an effect on men in the same way as addictive drugs have an effect on people. So when I look at a woman now, an attractive woman now, I see how she is like cocaine or heroin. I want to talk to her, I want to try and hook up with her. It's important to me that just on attraction, just on the basis of attraction, I want to be with that woman. It's amazing to me to see myself as just a tool for nature to make more people in the world. I feel like I'm being controlled or manipulated. The sexual imperative seems artificial and a control mechanism. It doesn't feel natural. And it angers me to feel that I'm being controlled by a sexual imperative. I'm wondering how this will inform my interaction with my son. That's if I'm even allowed to interact with my son. I don't know how that will go. But at the same time, I don't want to, what's the word, give my son invalid information. I don't know how to approach this issue. But at present, I am seeing women the same way I see addictive drugs, the same way I see cocaine or heroin. The activities of men in general, me in particular to an extent, the desire, the thoughts, it really is true, I think, to compare women to addictive drugs. And I think there are huge consequences to seeing things this way. I've barely started to think about it, but it is significant, I'd say.